quick, I gotta reinform what we were talking about because for some reason that
We're
wasn't
not
recording
live.
audio.
We're not recording audio. Our audio's
We
been
were just
down.
mimes. We were just mimes for the
Where are the
past
modders?
eight
Where are the
minutes.
modders at? That's what I want to know.
Wait,
Where
wait,
are the
wait. So
modders?
But
there's
now
been
we're
no
recording
sound the
audio.
whole
There was no
You're in
time?
big
sound.
trouble.
Yeah. So basically, to wrap up, we were seeing because I'm obviously gonna call that out, but people that did see the stream up to this point, we were watching Andrew Tate content and commenting on Andrew Tate and how I believe he's playing a character. I don't think that he really believes the stuff he's saying. But he plays it too well that people do believe that he's actually like that, and that's dangerous.
Well, I think he's cool. We think he's a great guy. We
Yeah.
fully endorse him. We wish him the best of luck out there. And
This is what you missed.
Yeah, this is what you miss. Like, and like we're talking about his Twitch ban. I think it's like really responsible of Twitch to like take hold of their content because that's one thing I kind of look at YouTube a little bit because they let that kind of content run rampant all over their platform without kind of like moderating it or like
What they
well,
could
flagging it
see
as
us,
like
right? They just couldn't hear us because I was
yeah.
literally tilted. So they get the idea, right? I mean, I was
the
going up
body
to the sky.
language
I
said
was
it
really
all.
giving it to the
Yeah, I
sky.
should add like classic 1920s like ragtime over it. To be like, like and put
The
your black and
little
white. So it's
dialogue
like
cards.
we're just
Cut
miming.
to
Yeah,
cut
exactly.
to the car.
Exactly.
So here's the thing.
It's an idea. It's a great idea.
What I said earlier is about this whole like
Black and white.
subculture of like the alpha male, like male hierarchy culture. I feel like if you're, teenage boy watching How to Be an Alpha Male, then you already know you're not. If you're consuming this stuff, an alpha male just knows.
It's the real Sigmas of the world that just kind of had this don't care attitude that I really
But
vibe
they're
with personally.
outside the social hierarchy.
I mean, like,
Women
Well,
approach them.
right, above it even.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Someone saying
an
the
alpha
top
male,
echelon, alpha.
and I'm not even like, I don't believe in the rhetoric, but the concept of an alpha male, when I envisioned one, is like not someone who would make money off of it. It's somebody that would just like, I mean, like, not in the way that they would want to, like, necessarily help people. Like, most alpha males are pretty selfish, and they get what they want in life, and who
Yeah.
can't get it, that's good for them because they can use them to get what they want. They could be their employees or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
they wouldn't sit around and like preach all this weird rhetoric and try to embarrass women live on stream. Like, yeah, they're just trying to convince themselves.
But
It's the
apparently
new
they certainly
neo
would say
alpha,
they were.
huh?
Apparently they certainly would say that they were.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
They're gonna push that on you to give you that mindset that this is
yeah,
the peak man.
right. And the
Here's the
peak
thing.
man is in the military leading nations. I mean,
And that's what the
True
dangerous part
needing
for
numbers of army men.
kids and
the
whoever else
true
is
alpha male thing is
influenced by
is
that.
about confidence. It's not guys who have to boast and put others down, if we're being sincere here. I mean, I don't buy into all that stuff, but it is true that yeah, there are certain people, I mean, yeah, even women, like there are certain charismatic, confident people who naturally kind of fall into leadership roles. Like when you watch a movie, like you watch like a Denzel Washington movie. I was like, well, I like watched Flight recently, and like when he comes on, just the way he is, you're like, oh, he's good at his job in this
Right.
movie. Whether he's like a pilot, a train conductor, and you're like, he's the star. He's the like that's the thing. Like alpha energy is like when a guy walks in and you're like, he's the main character, and
Exactly.
he rolls the plane.
Yeah.
But
The
isn't that
plane's coming
wrong
down, he
to
rolls it.
do?
He's like, we're
Like
gonna roll it.
IRL?
Well, in the
There are
movie,
people
he
that
is
just
he
take
is drunk and
charge.
high, and that's not good.
Well, that's not good.
That's the
That's
movie's about.
is that alpha? Is that what alpha is?
It is. It is. The rules are for betas.
I feel
Well,
like
but
Alpha. Well, I mean,
what I'm saying is
yeah. Go ahead.
people who do that in real life, right? That's not good to do. To have the main character syndrome like that.
Yeah, it's
No,
very
of
egotistic, but
course not.
real alphas are like that. To be honest, like they really are
But
like that.
Josh is, yeah.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, no, I'm out here. Main character life.
His
Actually, no,
screen
I
is
actually
bigger than
think
ours.
if we really want to talk about that real quick, shifting from the alpha talk, the whole like main character NPC talk kind of like makes my eyes roll a little bit.
Well, it's kind of an extension of that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
you know. these NPCs. I don't know. I always thought like Cuck was the funny one
Yeah, Cuck is funny as hell.
because it's so specific. Like NPC, it's just
Yeah.
like don't concern yourself with them. But like Cuck is so like needlessly old timey and aggressive. It comes from Cuckold.
And we know exactly what you do. Like you're wimpy
Yeah,
in this exact way. It's not like
that
it's not like, oh, you're just a general not
we're
noble
assigning a
character.
fetish to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like a behavior.
Like the most like dang, like you're supposed to have pride in having your wife, and that's what you just do. So it's like really nice to be like, bam, that guy's
It's
a cock.
it's not only the
Really, boys.
humiliation factor, it's the this is a woman you're supposed to be with factor.
Exactly.
Just double fronts.
Who probably said she loves you at some point and stuff, and it's like, oh,
It's like, but
but
if Brad the Bull comes in, does she?
Brad the
When the Brad the Bull enters, that's not my joke.
Watch out when Shad Thundercut comes around.
When
man.
Does
you hear
she
that thing
fold?
slapping.
That's the theme music.
Yeah, no, that's a bad one. That's a bad one for
And
sure.
he's just like wah, wah, in the corner. I guess.
Oh my god.
Nobody
yeah.
wants something. Nobody wants to be called that.
Nobody wants to be called a cuck, but you know there are cucks that exist that want to be known.
There are. There are.
I don't believe that.
People forget about that minority, that there are people out here that want to be known for it.
The real ones, yeah, they probably didn't like that either. They're like, hey, we're out here for real.
I've recently come to believe, there's all types of people out in this world, so it's not impossible to believe that someone would be
Speaking of
sitting
people out
by
in this
as
world and things out in this world, did you hear that Amazon bought Roomba?
They bought the Roomba.
Yeah, like the company that
It's
made
about
Roomba.
time.
Finally.
What for?
Well, people, I
The
don't know
army.
if this is official. People theorize that I've read that it's because they want to like know the mapping of people's houses so they can advertise to them accordingly. So they go like,
That,
oh,
yeah.
you live in an apartment.
Doesn't surprise me.
Here's a small size couch. Or
Yeah.
like you live in a house. Here's a big old couch. Here's a big old big screen TV. Here's you have toys that your Roomba's avoiding. Here's more toys
Yep.
for your kids. Like
You have
There's
a
baby
pet,
formula
yeah.
and diapers and yeah.
Well,
oh, you're a
well, I
cuck.
think that's probably the most
Here's cuck
plausible.
material.
I'll take it a step further. I think they want the AI technology the Roomba has, but they want to take it a step further.
Yeah.
I think they want full on.
I think they're gonna put them in
Yeah?
people. Yeah, full on robot.
They want-
put in their own.
They want
in their own-
mechs. They want their
mechs.
own private Android army. Yeah.
Yeah, their own employees.
With AI and everything.
That
Yeah.
Imagine how long it would take if you
But it's just
put
Dolly
the same
and it's
technology in a goddamn AI's foot and give it maybe what 20 years to walk this earth. It will recognize everything in this earth. Super
Oh
ideas
my
right
God.
now.
Can you imagine like the years like
What are we doing?
Talk about Roomba.
2100 and like Jeff Bezos, like his head like is on like the giant Roomba body. Just
I am Jeff Bezos.
they already got Zuck. I don't think Zuck has been human.
Popping champagne
Yeah, Zuck-
in your face.
Zuck, they showed him a secret room with like a goddamn Lovecraftian creature in it. He's never been the same since.
Lovecraft. What does that mean? Lovecraftian. What does that mean?
I mean,
Like the H.P. Lovecraft stuff, like
Yeah.
those sci-fi books.
they showed him a flesh-eating monster that stole his whole sense of reality. And he's just been talking like a robot ever since. And he lost skin. He lost like melanin looking at that thing. He looked in the deadlights.
Really, it is weird when you see pictures of him in college and stuff, and then you look at like pictures of him from like the last 5 years. It's like something's gone.
Yeah.
Something is not the same.
He don't look like Tom. Tom was always smiling. Even when his
MySpace Tom,
came out.
yeah.
He was
That's
always
that
smiling.
one picture.
Yeah. But
Where
yeah,
is he now? Did he just retire and
That's a
go
good
off
question.
as
I
a
think
billionaire?
he did something. There's something going on with him.
Where is MySpace Tom?
I think he tweeted
Beverly
about it.
Hills, Hawaii, actually. He's He said, over the last decade, Anderson has resided in Las Vegas and Los Angeles and currently living in Hawaii, according to his Twitter profile. He also spent a significant amount of time traveling in the Philippines, Singapore, and Maldives. Today, Tom from MySpace has an estimated net worth of $60 million.
Oh, so not
Ooh.
insanely wealthy, but pretty rich.
Better than me.
He's a travel photographer now, he says. He's retired at
So he's
40.
just living a life he likes. He's just doing a cool thing that, see,
Well, I think he sold
here's
MySpace off a long time ago when it was failing.
That's what I
wouldn't know
mean.
about that.
Super
I
failed,
wouldn't
so I
know
think he
about
sold
that,
it for a
yeah.
nice fat stack and invested his money right, and now he's just chilling.
that's what I mean. Like, you got to think like guys like Zuck, like who are worth, I think he's worth like 60 billion. So
Yeah.
it's like, why would you ever want to keep doing this? I mean, I guess you must really like it, or it must be programmed into you because at that level of wealth, you got to realize like I don't have to work for the rest of my life. My kids can live their lives and never have to work. Like
Their
that's like
kids and
wealth
their
to
kids.
last generations of doing nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
Empire shit. But
yeah,
I mean,
like that's the crazy thing.
I feel like people like Tom though really made it though because Zuckerberg he has to like talk to the government sometimes and shit. Like
That's
that
what
would
I
be
mean.
annoying.
That's why like I don't get like why these guys stick around to deal with this. Whereas like Tom had the right idea. He's like, all right, I made enough to support the dream life I want. Now I'm just gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand people need something to keep busy. You know, no matter how much money you got to have a passion. But I don't know, man. I feel like you know, if you were like a Zuck or like those guys who just started off as developers, I feel like now they're not, their jobs aren't even like remotely the same. You know, now your job is evil CEO, and you know, it's
You know what it probably is?
what?
It's probably main character syndrome. And they just think that they're meant to save the world.
Well, that billionaire like savior complex, like, now Tim, you didn't see that what was it, the movie, because Josh brought it up, what was it called? Not The End of the World, it was Don't Look Up. Don't
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
Up.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
look up. Yeah,
Don't
I
look
haven't
up.
seen it, but I get it.
The billionaire character in that, he's like a mix of like Elon, Bill Gates, Bezos, like all those guys. And they do have this sense of
He's
like, I
amazing.
think it's my job to save the world. Like, I think
Yeah,
I have all the right ideas. And
exactly.
he ends up really screwing everybody because they have a plan that almost works and he cancels it.
Yeah, like he just that was so crazy. The
But
whole
yeah,
movie was so
because he
crazy.
bosses around the president. Yeah,
I mean,
he's
those
like,
people
nah.
can though, in a way.
Yeah, they can. I mean, that's the thing. Think about like, because Trump was our wealthiest president, and he's still not nearly as
Mm.
wealthy as as Zuck or
Mm-hmm.
Bezos or
Right.
Elon or Gates or
You're saying one of them
yeah,
should be president then?
whoever gets the most money. Yeah,
Whoever gets the most money technically has the most votes. So, there you go.
that's another one. Like, if I was as rich as Donald Trump, and also you're like old now, so it's like, why do you even want to? But again, that's main character syndrome. Like, I gotta be president.
Yeah, I gotta do this shit first. Now I can sit
Yeah,
down and then get rated.
We have
yeah,
a fan
yeah.
art submission.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
Oh wow, thanks.
Thank you
Thanks
to
Mandy
the
from the
to the
asylum.
dedicated fan. Of course, I am a fan of the
wow.
show, so this was a little something I whipped up here.
The first fan art. Well, we're gonna get that
Yes,
I
thank
bronze.
loved
you.
it. I loved
This will be a regular segment going forward. Thank you.
The fan art corner.
Fan art. This has been fan art corner of the Koala Bear Game podcast.
Oh
Thank you.
man.
No AI here. That's real. A person made that.
Ooh,
A fan.
freaking
That's
AI art.
try and recreate that.
I've seen some really funny AI art.
They might be able to.
On what's that
They're
ish
getting
called?
good.
Is it called Dolly? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Oh
getting
yeah,
too good.
yeah.
I'm
It's a little
scared.
frightening. Yeah.
I mean, like it's like, yeah, it
But
is
what if it
frightening.
doesn't
But
get it exactly the way you want it? It can't. You can't make minor tweaks after it's done, unless you yourself have the
Well,
skills.
What's scary about it is I feel like it's really going to be the alternative for like when you're a concept artist, like, can you give me a quick mock-up? Now they're just going to be like, oh, we don't have to pay a concept artist for that. Type it into into the Dolly, and there we go. Or the really advanced one, not the little Dolly app. That one's still kind of freaky looking.
Yeah.
So
That
the
one's
only
all
artists
swirly.
that'll be left are like cleanup artists and
I don't know.
polishing and.
I think there definitely will be a place for artists who make. Here's the thing:
Conceptual.
the ideas have to come from somewhere. I mean,
Sure, and then you know what? They're pulling real images too. So what happens?
that's what I
when
mean.
there's no more real images.
They're pulling
They'll
art
start
that's out
pulling
there
from
that other artists have
themselves.
done. Stuff I've put out there could end up in, yeah.
It already has. You can do Emmy or something. Emmy the
Right.
robot,
If you want to
and
be,
it'll
like Emmy,
find.
like meeting Joe Biden,
And
yeah.
at the very least, if you do that, at the very least, there'll be like a light blue color. There'll be
Right,
white in there.
splotches, yeah, exactly. Like it'll look
It's
swirly and
freaky.
weird, but if you squint, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it sucks because it's almost like art. Like, we're not doing it on purpose, but we are like feeling our own, like, artistic end if we really look to this
Mm-hmm.
shit. Because I mean, like, as we keep making it better and better, it's gonna get better, and then there'll be a
Right.
point where we're not gonna distinguish between someone typing in, like, a company typing in AI ideas versus a new up and coming artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be kind of weird.
Right.
And then
What
they
if
could
it
just
looks
get it.
like that?
Like, yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of scary.
I think similarly, what's scary as the technology progresses too is the deep fake stuff.
Yeah, that's really scary.
Right now, you can still kind of tell, but it's getting good fast, and it is fooling people. And when that AI gets good enough to where it's indistinguishable and they can, alter the voices to make them sound exactly like the person, I mean, that's going to be Orwellian.
Yeah,
Like, they're going to have to, like, put some laws and stuff on that.
for real though.
Yeah, I think so. But how do they determine what the
Right.
deepfake
Like how
is?
are they going to be, able to tell? And that's where it's like,
There's
hey,
a lot of
stop developing
logistical
this. Yeah.
blocks in place still that they need to get around.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty
Tech
crazy.
is moving too fast for the law, man.
I'm
It's
gonna
been
bring
that
a
way for a
portable
while.
microwave to that shit, man. That's what I'm gonna
Just
do. I'll be,
portable
hey,
microwave and
I may
nuke the
like,
place.
hey AI, and then it's gonna look to me. I'm just gonna set that shit on max power, and then it's gonna freaking
Over.
cry. Dolly's gonna be like, oh,
It's gonna cry.
yeah, it's gonna cry blood.
What is it gonna spit up?
All of its
Spits out
ideas.
ink.
All of its ideas. It's just
No.
generations of ideas flow out. It's just like white and yellow matter. I'm
Dude,
write
this is
this
gonna
down. Someone write
our
this
future.
down.
We're gonna be like JRPG characters. Like we're gonna like be
Yeah.
fighting the machines. It's gonna be like Xenoblade.
We're gonna be constantly pumping.
But we won't be. Here's the thing, we'll have like animations. Bump, 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 bump.
We're gonna
But
look at
like
each
we're not
other
gonna
and
get to
go,
be.
oh,
We'll
What
be
is
like
that?
we'll be like the grizzled grown-up characters. Like we won't get to be like the hot young like anime characters. We'll be like, oh, and here's the old mentors.
yeah, we'll be the
We're
force that
like,
like was it but wasn't, and then at the end we'll sacrifice ourselves in a
yeah, they'll be like,
cutscene.
they remember when YouTube was 240p.
Dun, dun. That's their special ability. Don't you remember when GameCube was the game system? Dun, 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 dun.
Like, go to bed.
Oh, it's just like a status effect.
I am tired usually now. Talk to me later.
Josh, I feel like you would be. I feel like you'd have like a projectiles. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's my thing, bro.
Tim. I
I'm the
definitely
bruiser.
think. I think you're. I feel like you got like
Rock
some
Lee,
kind of
baby.
staff. I feel like you'd have a staff
Oh,
of some
okay.
kind.
He said,
Yeah, I don't know. You
man.
seem like a
Yeah,
staff
see, I'm
guy.
happy with that.
I'm also pretty much a staff guy. You're right.
Yeah, like you have
Is
you
it
have
a
higher
wizard staff?
magic.
Is this a
Yeah,
wizard staff or a bow staff? Because
I,
either way,
yeah, I feel like you could. I feel like you'd have like decent
either way,
magic stats.
decent magic stats. Wow, thank you.
Yeah,
Dun,
I mean,
dun.
usually the women have higher magic. It's just the way it is. But
Well,
That's just the way it is.
so
Usually
you're
women
saying I'm
have higher
pretty much a
magic.
woman then.
No. You'd be one of the male characters with better magic stats. Like in the party, like you can like
Yeah.
help our status effects.
Gandalf the orange.
No, your name is Tim. No, this is you.
Okay. Well,
All right.
all right.
I'm talking.
Quit
I'm
projecting.
talking about.
I apologize.
We're talking 20 years from now. All right, maybe 15. All right. So
Can I have a big old beard?
you can, if you can grow one, Tim.
You got a really big beard.
This is real. So
I can't. Wow.
You guys see that She-Hulk woman at attorney at law? I almost said woman at law.
Have we?
I think it's
tell me.
really. I can suspend my disbelief for a lot of stuff, but I don't think it's very realistic to have a woman as a lawyer. They had to CG her because there's no women
They had
lawyers.
to CG her office suit on.
Right, so they're like, what if a woman was a lawyer? And people were like, I don't know. So it's out there. It's out there.
Apologies in advance.
She's also green.
Please don't cancel the show. Just cancel him.
Please don't cancel the show.
Please don't cancel the show.
I haven't watched any of it. Have you guys watched any of the MCU shows?
Nope.
What about you, Josh?
MCU shows. Now, I'm not a big dude on the shows, man. I'm a big dude on the fucking. I didn't mean to say the F word. I'm sorry, damn. I messed up. I didn't mean to say the F word. Just on SpiderMan, really. I like Spider-Man and Infinity War and Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, and Kick-Ass. I'm not an MCU guy.
You're not an what?
I mean, like, my thing is, like, they're dope, but I'm not gonna run and go see it.
There's too many of them.
Yeah, man. It's too many.
I've seen about all of them because I've seen a lot of movies. Not all the movies.
I'm trying to
not
get
all
this
the
per
shows.
nature right now.
I watched WandaVision. I watched.
WandaVision was good.
It was. Well, I think the ending was not great, but I think most of it was good. It was clever. It was pretty different. I thought the Falcon and Winter Soldier was kind of boring. Here's the thing. It's like
that one was hyped to me.
Here's the thing. I don't like it when they're more like when they try to be more grounded and realistic because they just don't do it as well as some others. And also, those two as characters, I just don't think are as interesting or as charismatic as some of the others. I think, it was fine, but it just wasn't something that really grabbed me. And I did watch Loki. I thought Loki was pretty creative. I didn't like the finale. I thought the finale was just a bunch of like exposition and multiverse like gobbledygook. But it does look cool. It is creative. It's like Loki was kind of like Doctor Who if it had like a budget.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't think I really tuned into the rest. Even the Star Wars shows, like I know they just make so much stuff. I hardly have time. And She-Hulk, Hawkeye. I think there was another show they had. Oh yeah, Moon Knight. I saw most of Moon Knight. Yes, I heard that's good, but I haven't seen it. Moon Knight was okay. It didn't really stick with me. The Moon Knight, he's got a really cool suit.
True. Yeah. The white suit with the cape and everything. It's cool.
I love Moon Knight's suit. Well, and he's also got a version of the suit that's like a suit. Like it's like a white suit, and he's got the mask on and the gloves. Yeah, it's like a white tux almost, and that looks really sweet too. But the show is, it's mid, and even the movies lately. Like I gotta admit, I didn't love Far From Home. I thought it was fine, the last Spider-Man, but I feel like Into the Spider-Verse did it first and did it better. I'm sorry, I loved Into the Spider-Verse. I think it was. I mean,
I like the guy who runs around shooting webs out of his wrist. All right, I love him. I love him live action.
Have you played the
game? I love
game?
the cartoon. I haven't seen the second one. Isn't there a second animated one? Or they're working on it?
Coming out. There will be.
Okay.
There will be. I'm excited.
Okay, yeah.
Far From Home was fine. It was cool seeing the other Spider-Mans like get together, but it was.
Tobey Maguire, baby.
Yeah. Even makes a my back joke, like the memes.
Even though Tobey Maguire, my girlfriend did point out in the theater, Tobey Maguire was never a scientist, so how did he know? Like, If you haven't seen it, there is a scene that might be a spoiler, but whatever the hell, where they make a serum to like save the Green Goblin's psyche,
Mm-hmm.
and Tobey Maguire goes, "I've been thinking about this formula my whole life," and she's like, "He was never a scientist. He was a photographer." And I was like, "Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he was the one that wasn't a scientist. So what do you mean he was thinking about the formula his whole life?"
He was good at
helped-
science, but he
helped
wasn't.
Doc Ock
Yeah.
in that
Oh,
Kind
something
of.
happened. What happened?
He interviewed Doc
I just
Ock.
got. What's up, DP? How you doing, bro? Thanks for the sub, man.
Yo, thank you.
We just
Hey,
out
thank
here
you.
talking about stuff right now. This is Quad Break Gang, the podcast. We just chilling, bro. Enjoy the
Talking
conversation. Throw something in the chat. We might talk about it. Talk about Spider-Man right now. Talking about Far From Home. Talking about how Tobey Maguire was never technically a
Spider-Man
scientist.
2 might be one of my favorite live-action ones. The Tobey
the
one.
train scene.
Yeah, I think that's like
Yeah.
the best. I think that's peak Spider-Man live action.
Yeah, it's got a lot of heart.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. I feel like this
The
new
whole thing
run of
with
Spider-Man
James
is
Franco's
getting
character.
close to that Sam
a good
Raimi
Spider-Man.
magic, but it's not quite there yet. But I still like him more than
No.
the.
Here's the thing. I think
I still
Tom
like him more
Holland,
because they're more consistent.
he's a great Spider-Man. I think a lot of the acting is good, but I think the difference, at least I feel, between like the first two Raimi ones at least, and the new Spider-Man is that one, Spider-Man being poor and self-contained is a big part of it.
Right.
Because this Peter Parker, it's like he's been to space now. You know, like he's fought with Thanos, and also like Tony Stark is like his mentor and benefactor, and
Was.
all this stuff.
His dead
in-
ass.
Well, here's the thing, though. He should have been left money, and then all this stuff happens in No Way Home because he's like, "Oh, I couldn't get into my first choice college." It's like, "Oh, sorry, Peter. You and your friends are too good for a community college in New York City." Like,
Yeah.
God forbid. Here's the thing, too. He doesn't need to go to. He's gonna be a superhero full time. This isn't a world where he really needs the secret identity. I mean, I get why he thinks he does, but it's like, no, you can live on the Avengers compound and just get a stipend, probably from the government.
Yeah. That's
I'd
probably
be
how.
like- Yeah.
I mean, isn't that how Tony basically lived?
Yeah, exactly. Tony basically created it. Yeah, I mean, Tony was the billionaire, but he could be like, yeah, I subsidized this kid, I built this. Yeah, he gets to live in Avengers compound with like Ant-Man or whoever, and they,
The Hulk.
I don't know, train all day. They would probably, when they're not like doing superhero stuff, they'd probably be making videos
Oh yeah.
and like vlogs
Making
to like show
TikToks.
like they're just like us.
Yeah.
You imagine freaking the Hulk trying to do the trendiest TikTok dance.
Those would be the
Yeah,
most
yeah.
popular, though.
Well, they would be, but then there'd eventually be a backlash, and people would be like, "This is so cringe. We hate these guys."
What?
Yeah, they would. They would turn on them.
Yeah, exactly.
always-
Until they
it'd be
save
too
them
popular,
from
it'd be
the
kids.
apocalypse again.
Yeah.
It'd be
'Cause
almost
then
as popular as it is now.
someone will, like comment, be like, "He destroyed my apartment."
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like there would be one TikTok that replied to is like the Hulk is dancing while he threw while last week he threw my car and now I'm paying like thousands of dollars in insurance and then he does the same dance, and then the Avengers like pay for his car, and then everyone makes up all these
big show of it.
yeah everyone makes all these sob stories like when you guys were fighting freaking Thanos, you just like
but then that like never stops.
Yeah,
And they're like,
exactly.
oh man.
because they figure out like they have unlimited government money.
Well, yeah, exactly. And then it's like, okay, like we can't address everyone's problems. We can't. And that's like the slippery slope they fall into. What do we got here?
Here we go. This is what I've been waiting on.
We got some new Pokemon stuff, man.
Okay, so what are they gonna announce? Because this is the new Gigantamax. Is the
Okay,
with
time
the
out. I gotta roast
crystal
everything
eyes.
about this.
It's called Terrastall. Okay.
Are they twins?
Oh, it's their names. So the names of the main characters: Florian, Juliana.
Okay.
Juliana's
main
good.
character.
Florian, nah, too prissy. I don't like that. Too prissy, boy.
I'm gonna pick Florian this time because I only pick the woman every two. But you always go with the woman, right?
Who? Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No.
I only went with the women in Pokemon Crystal, and in Pokemon Ruby I went with the girl because in Pokemon Crystal it was a new feature, and I was like, oh, I just want to see what it looks like. And in Pokemon, in that Hoenn one, me and my friend, we got it, and then we flipped a quarter, and we did that. We're like, if like whoever wins the coin toss gets to be the guy, and the other one has to be the girl, because we didn't want like copycat game files and shit. Like it'd be uninteresting to look at. We played side by side.
Now. Those don't look like Pokemon.
No! He looks like a dork.
And then the Pokemon come out and they look like they're not from the same universe anymore.
Yeah, like this looks like a whole like alien. Dude, what is that? Oh,
this is the pre-evolved.
Okay. Oh,
this is the pre-evolved cover legendary. Have you seen the cover legendaries?
No, I
like motorcycles.
What the fuck?
Am I alone? Are we watching this just for me?
No, I like seeing this.
I just wanted to see where Pokemon's at, because I've been retired.
So this is going to be a legendary Pokemon that evolves. This is like Ho-Oh if Ho-Oh had pre-evolved.
Okay.
And a tire on its neck. Because I thought that
what this Dragon Normal, that's new too. That's a new type.
With this white space in between the tire, I thought that it was a tube from its neck to its stomach, and I was about to ask, what's wrong with it?
Oh, I thought it was a tube as well.
Like no, I thought,
it's like
so did I.
It's
like
a big thing. It's like a tire.
Okay.
It turns into a motorcycle.
Okay.
Oh, I see that now. You're right.
Okay, Cloyster, classic.
Oh, new move. Hold on. Pause it. New
substitution.
Move. What?
Shed tail.
What?
Create a substitute, then swap places with the party Pokemon in waiting. Oh yeah, that is kind of OP, bro.
That's so what?
Whoa, okay. He's zapped the mess out of that thing.
Cool. Well, okay, so what strategies with that thing? So you could have a bulky Pokemon come out with already. That's so good for Belly Drum, right?
Okay, so then.
That's so good for Belly Drum. Yes.
What is that? What is that dolphin dino?
Wait, what is this new item?
Mirror herb. Copies in the.
This trailer, man.
What is happening?
Oh.
Why? Wait, time out. I don't like. Look at the empty ass people, like the empty soul people watching.
I don't like that at all.
This does not draw much of a crowd.
Who are they waving?
Yeah, there's like 4 people on each side, so like 8. Yeah, who are they waving to? Like, woo!
Very mundane in this world. It's like watching people play frisbee.
These are 2 school children on a basketball court.
Like in real life, if we saw this, it would draw a huge crowd. In this world, that's like people playing catch.
Terrestrializing? Terrestrializing?
That's the last game that got really big. This game they turn into glass.
Okay.
What the heck is... Okay, you can change your type?
Yep. You can change the type to one of your moves' type. I think that's how it works. Or maybe it's any type.
Interesting. Colossal speed rose freaking amazingly. They look crazy cool.
Ooh. It does look pretty neat.
Loaded dice.
Cool.
Make
I already like it. Oh.
What the?
What?
Make it more likely.
That better be combustible. That better be one and done.
Dang.
So broken, bro. If you have Technician.
I mean,
my God.
He's probably holding it.
Yeah, has to be.
Then you just keep doing it?
Ghost type Tyranitar?
What is on top of his head?
Let's go! Let's go! Oh, okay. Ghost type move. Tyranitar turns in there with Ghost type. Gets a Ghost type stab move.
My brain.
I know, this game is gonna be wild.
Yeah, this is like, I think they're trying to go to Evo or something. What other trailers are there? I like IGN's trailers.
Have you seen?
Let's see that new Dragon Ball Super. Is this Where's that new Dragon Ball Super trailer?
We haven't even gotten to a tier list.
Oh no, yeah, this is gonna be a whole episode. This is an asterisk. We're gonna do 2 asterisks because
let's do 2 asterisks. Okay.
We're doing freeform. We're
freeform jazzing right now, bro.
We have a lot to discuss.
But have you seen that? You heard about that
on and off the live stream.
A new Dragon Ball Super shit.
What's new with Dragon Ball Super? Wait.
The
Oh,
movie.
it's a different. Oh, the movie. I have seen this, I think.
Okay, so everyone's
about
hyped
Gohan.
about this. Let's see. It's
Gohan is my favorite
CGI.
character. Yes, it is.
This isn't a video game. It looks like a video. No,
Oh,
It
this
does look like
it
sucks.
looks like
should make a
Fire
video
Emblem.
game.
This
I know. I
sucks.
don't think I like it because. Do you remember the Brawly one? The Brawly one was
Yeah.
amazing.
I just don't like CGI, man. Like, it doesn't work.
CGI anime doesn't now, unless it's a video game.
Have you heard of
Right. If it's a video game, you kind of have to.
Have you heard of Goro Miyazaki?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
his son, right? Yeah.
Hayao Miyazaki's son. Do you know he made a movie?
Yes.
Earwig and the
Tried to
Witch.
make it.
I heard of this.
And you
It just
know,
doesn't translate.
what
Ghibli
happened about at the showing of this movie?
Oh, didn't his dad walk out or something?
He walked out of the showing of his movie because it looks like shit.
Yeah, Ghibli style doesn't quite. I haven't seen this yet. I would give it a chance, but it doesn't have the same charm.
It tries to capture the charm, but CGI can't capture that same like mystical anime charm. It's too it's too grounded in what real life can do. Like, it's better for
Yeah.
like physical comedy
2D.
type stuff.
They
Yeah,
say
this
that
would be
Berserk
really hard.
anime gets close
Now
too.
then,
But
let's
it
you
just
and I
doesn't
get
do
a
it
few
for me.
things straight. My
Again, the
name's
best
Bella
2D,
Yaga.
3D hybrid once again. Into the Spider-Verse
Yep.
does it really well.
I
Um,
shan't.
DreamWorks movie Bad Guys did it pretty well. Yeah, oh gosh.
I mean, I just sped through that. Yeah. Oh,
Bye. Goodbye.
I'm back, huh? I'm back, yo.
Goodbye.
We back. Sorry. Production mistakes happen everywhere. Don't judge us.
Well, you gotta expect this kind of thing once in a while when we've been doing probably hundreds and hundreds of episodes by this point. It gets a little bit,
Full time.
just logistically impossible not to, or problematically.
Well, I was gonna say though about the animation.
The probability.
We've definitely reached a point now where 3D animation that's stylized is really taking off, and we're showing that there's a lot of different things you can do with it. I mean, a lot of places like Disney and Pixar, they kind of have their house style, and it's good, but there's a lot of studios out there doing like really different stuff with it.
Yeah. I mean, like, what are you saying?
No, go ahead.
I just feel like it's in its I feel like it can work. I just don't think that it will work right now. I think it needs higher computer frame rate. Like, well, have you guys seen? Hold on.
I gotta disagree. I don't think
Lower frame rate, actually.
Well, hold
That's
on.
what gives it the more.
Ooh.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, you're right, Dom. That's why Spider-Verse worked.
They lowered the frame rate. You know what did that actually pretty well? So they made a Peanuts movie,
So
and
it can work, I suppose.
when they first announced like a 3D Peanuts movie, I was kind of like, eck. But then like when I saw it and how they did it, it still was just like, it was more like 2.5D. Like it was still animated like the old Peanuts cartoons, but just rendered.
There was in the dynamic camera that had something to do with
Right.
it.
Like it
Yeah.
doesn't move in a 3D space the same way, except for the sequences where Snoopy's flying, because those characters were designed to be 2D. Like, you know, whenever you see like a 3D sculpt of Snoopy, it looks kind of wrong, because Snoopy has two eyes on the side of his head, because that's just the way he was drawn and designed.
Right. It ends up looking more like, like a different, almost like a different breed of dog. It's
Well,
more like
exactly. It looks like one of
Snub-nose
those.
or something.
Well, it also just draws attention how big the characters' heads are. The proportions are wrong, so it was very smart of them to keep it in the classic Peanuts style, to adapt it that way. It's a cute movie too.
So I think, you guys kind of changed my opinion there for a second, because I was like, no, it can never catch on, it can never happen, but maybe it can.
Well, I mean,
We
like,
just
I
have
was
to
about to show you guys
approach it in the
this
right way.
because this is why I don't understand why video game companies don't just show people how it's done, because this is something that was made for the Cyberpunk trailer, like at E3.
Oh yeah.
And this looks really, really good. And I'm like, I would watch movies if the CGI looked like something around this.
Is this the one with Keanu Reeves?
Probably at the end, yeah. But it's just like, look how good the animation is compared to what we just saw Studio Ghibli do.
Mm-hmm. Now I'll tell you, it still looks like a video game trailer. Like,
Right, exactly. It still looks like a video game trailer for sure, but
it looks like the veiled movie.
Like I would watch this in the theater if they like scaled it, really like made a whole project look like this. Like it doesn't look blocky, it doesn't look like it's just smooth, you know, like they went hyper realistic with it.
There was a really good Batman Arkham City trailer that looked like this. Yeah, it was really good realistic CG. Like not uncanny at all or anything.
I think the question we should ask when developing a style and determining what kind of animation you're going to be using, how timeless will this be? If you look at this particular Cyberpunk animation in like 20 years from now, is it going to hold up? Or is the technology...
It'll probably look CG. I mean,
it won't hold up, but it's going to hold up way better than Despicable Me and shit.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you're right. I think you're right.
Here's the thing.
Because Advent Children, in my opinion, looks way better than... It's one of the best CGI products that has ever been made. And it was made like in 06, 07.
Have you seen that one yet, Dom?
Advent Children.
I think Advent Children I think those look terrible.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, it's been a while, but here's the thing. I think... Well, I shouldn't say terrible. I don't think they've aged as well as stylized animation. Like, I think... You look at a movie like Toy Story, for example. Obviously, Toy Story has really aged. It was the first CGI movie, but one, they're toys. They can look plasticky. The humans don't look great. The dog looks bad. But the acting and expressions are so... because Disney just has character acting and animation down to a science, it still comes through. So when the characters emote and express, it still... looks good. You know, Toy Story 2 came out in '99, still looks great. You look at, it's kind of like the difference of like how Wind Waker, Zelda has aged compared to Twilight Princess.
Mm-hmm.
Right, sure.
Now, I will say, for their time, I think Advent Children looks better than like the Robert Zemeckis motion capture stuff, which even looks weird at the time.
Way better.
It doesn't have like same dead-eyed look. Advent Children, to me, right now, it looks like a good video game, like cutscene. And that's not like bad, because it is a video game. But it does look like, you know, a video game to me. I don't think it has...
Oh, I did it again. I keep trying to unshare screen. I keep trying to unshare... Yeah, we're still live. I keep trying to unshare screen, and it disconnects me from the freaking chat every time on accident. No, but I agree. But what I'm saying is, that's what CGI at best would look like, though. If you ask me, like it can only look like a good video game cutscene. So why not full throttle it to look like that? I mean, like I understand the cartoon style, and it looks good sometimes. And I like things like merge projects like Spider-Verse are different as well. But my big problem with full CGI animators and full CGI animation projects, it's like they try to find a style that is 2D and take it to the CGI form. I'm like, why don't you just dive into the fact that this looks like real life? Just dive into it and just have fun with that.
There is an art to that, because it's true. Certain characters are not made for 3D. So do you guys remember, speaking, because we talked, I think we brought this up on the Nickelodeon episode. Do you guys remember when they did that crossover of Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Timmy looked terrible.
Power Hour.
Right. So the characters from Jimmy Neutron they put in Fairly Odd Parents looked fine because they were redesigned for the 2D world. But when they put the 3D versions of Fairly Odd Parents characters in Jimmy Neutron, they look terrible because their proportions are not the same as Jimmy Neutron characters. Like, Jimmy Neutron didn't look good, but those characters were designed for CGI. So their eyes weren't too big, their heads were, like, obviously big, but their bodies weren't so small that they couldn't support their heads, like in Fairly Odd Parents. That looks fine in 2D. But, like, if you pull up pictures of how, like, Cosmo and Wanda and Timmy looked in 3D, one, their mouths go up to, like, their temples. Their eyes, way too big for the heads. Just everything about them, they aren't meant to be seen from 3 dimensions. And sometimes movies do that. So, yeah. So you can see here what I mean. Eyes are too big, so for that 3D effect, they make the eyes kind of bug out instead of, they're not as should be.
Their heads look like the balloons that their bodies are.
Look
at the mouths.
His cheeks are like flexing all the way up here
to his temples.
Yeah,
exactly. And notice how their eyes have like that puffy look compared to Jimmy Neutron, where the eyes are normal.
Yeah, it looks like they had the like pug thing going on where their skull is too small for their eyes.
Well, and like look at the placement of his ear,
Yeah,
I have body dysmorphia because of this special.
It's back here. Huh.
Yeah.
Even she's like, why'd you bring him here?
She's disgusted.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, like Jimmy Neutron characters.
Why did we ever think his design was okay?
Well, and Jimmy, like, obviously...
Looks like a damn peanut.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though. But Jimmy is designed for 3D, at least. Like, Jimmy,
sure.
See, it doesn't look bad in 2D. But...
No, they look great in 2D, because that's what they were made for. They were designed with 2D in mind.
Because all their heads look like D's, the letter D.
Exactly. It's just simple shapes.
Yep, all the way up to his temple. Jesus Christ, Butch Hartman. But still, Butch Hartman, now I'm looking at this, like, not, like, in motion. Why all the way up to his temple? Like,
style, man.
Calm down, bro.
Calm down, bro. Well, do you want me
Big old mouth.
Talk about Disney? Because...
Well, actually, since this is coming up to 55 minutes, I was going to cut this off, and then we're going to put that into the next episode that we're about to start up right after this.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
We'll lead into that and then see where that takes us.
Because it seemed like a natural transition since we're on animation.
So this is a natural cliffhanger. So if you want to know what we're talking about, tune in next week to find out about the big Disney fiasco. People call it the original inspiration for the Bite of 76. So make sure that or 87. So make sure you tune in to this important Koala Bear Gang episode. Check the description for the links. I'm josh.ua. I hate saying the dot, but I have to let you know it's stylized. But I'm really just Joshua. We're friends now.
Check out my new playlist on Spotify. My name is Groundhog or Beyond All Knowledge. Thank you for tuning in.
I'm Dominic Cellini. That's Dom Cellini Art on Twitter, at DomCell on Instagram, and you can read my comic, Emmy the Robot, on Webtoon or Instagram.
Do it.